That means if you buy your ticket this week, you'll be entered into a separate drawing to win a $10,000 shopping spree to Ashley Furniture. Now I want you to hear where the money goes. On a recent trip to St. Jude, I talked with an Australian researcher actually who says that your donations make all the difference in her work to help save lives. So why is leukemia an area of focus for you?
Yeah, I studied that in my PhD and I wanted to continue studying that when I came to St. Jude. It's the most common childhood cancer and it's caused by proliferation of white blood cells. We think sometimes of cancer as like a solid tumour, but leukemia is actually, proliferation of those cells in the circulation. Cure rates have improved significantly, with research at St. Jude in the last couple of decades, but there are a significant number of children who still fail treatment and relapse. And because it is so common, it's still one of the leading causes of death related to childhood cancer. And so we still think it's very important to study this disease because it affects so many children. My research has two components. The first component is trying to understand the genetic differences in a child that has leukemia versus, normal cells, and so what genetic alterations contribute to the development of leukemia in the first place. And then I think what's a really important question in leukemia in particular is why do some children fail treatment? The ultimate goal is the development of targeted therapy that specifically treats whatever alterations are particular to that child.
One of the key facts about St. Jude is that the discoveries made here are shared freely, right away, so the whole world can benefit. So I'd like to ask you what it means to you that, one of St. Jude's policies is they share their research and their findings freely with the world, meaning folks in your native country are definitely benefiting from what's going on here. Do you feel a sense of purpose being driven by that?
Absolutely. You really realize when you work here that the research that I'm doing at the bench, it not only impacts the children that are being treated at St. Jude, but we now bring in all of our collaborators from Australia, Canada, Europe. I know there are collaborations with China as well and Asia, and South America to share our knowledge and include those countries in our studies. And I actually had an email from a doctor in Brazil a couple of weeks ago who had a patient that had an aggressive type of leukemia that we have studied. This doctor from Brazil said at the end of her email, "Your research on this type of leukemia guided us to cure this patient." So it truly is impacting children all over the world. The facilities we have here, the resources from our donor dollars allow us to have the most amazing cutting-edge facilities that allow us to, really ask those difficult questions in research, and we can kind of do our science and research without wondering too much about, how am I going to fund this? And I think when we ask those difficult questions, that's what really accelerates discovery in science and research. We are going to continue until every child with cancer is cured, and then beyond, because it's important to provide a cure, but the next phase is how do we improve those children's quality of life after they are cured. So there is still much more work to do.
Now, Georgians have two ways to enter, online or by phone. South Carolinians, you do need to call the number. The good news is you can call it around the clock. 800-383-9844. A link to enter online can be found at wsab.com/dreamhome.